We have been traveling around Sri Lanka by Tuk Tuk, and in the last episode, we said goodbye to our dear friend Shaminda who showed us around his homeland. And now in this episode, we are exploring the south coast and getting into the nitty-gritty of why we're kind of getting tired of traveling just to travel. If you're thinking about traveling around Sri Lanka by Tuk Tuk, you should really watch this episode because we're going to go over a lot of things.
We are the Stone family, and while we're thrilled to share our journey with you, these videos have a special purpose. They're a living scrapbook for our daughter Shanti to relive our family's experiences when she's older. Your enjoyment and support means the world to us, but ultimately, these are our heartfelt home videos crafted with love for Shanti's future. Join us as we explore new cultures, create lasting memories, and document our growth as a family. And we hope that you'll find joy in them too.
We left the mountain town of Nuwara Eliya and started heading down towards the coast. So many amazing things to see driving by Tuk Tuk throughout Sri Lanka, and the amount of family time and conversation that we get is really nice too. Just driving slow, seeing the sights, taking it all in. But getting down to the south coast was so impressive. The water was just incredible, and we were so excited to explore more.
So this seems like a cool beach here, nice and wide to run around.
An insane amount of surfboard rental guys and surf instructors. But the water is not as pretty here as it is in some of the other spots.
So Weligama Bay is adorable. It's a little fish town that's kind of touristy now, but you can find cafes, little restaurants, tons of fresh fish along the side of the road. So after all of the traveling we've done in Sri Lanka, this was a really nice, relaxing break just to stop for a second, breathe in some saltwater air, and enjoy the time. In fact, Matt finally got his feet in the water and we all got some beach time.
This was our favorite beach in the whole entire area because if you see that reef right there, on the right side of it was this natural pool of beautiful blue water that made it so much fun and so easy for Shanti to swim around and have a great time. Plus, the natural beauty of this beach in particular was absolutely stunning. But we did leave the Weligama Bay area and started heading, well, I guess northwest towards Colombo, and we did find a lot of other really cool areas along the way.
You should let me go. I am all the rush you've been waiting for, and you said at least this is what you want. If you do love me, you'll be hanging on.
This area certainly is beautiful, I'll tell you that much. It is pretty.
You can't fix a thing that you cannot break. Am I over you? Am I over this?
The south coast is absolutely gorgeous, but all this traveling we've been doing, even before Sri Lanka, has really been wearing us down. We're kind of tired, and it's really making us think about new things as we were heading to Unwanatuna.
So as we've been kind of wrapping up our time here in Sri Lanka, there's been so much going through our heads. So much. Just about traveling in general that we need to share with you guys. And I don't know if it's because we're tired, worn out, or just in general over traveling just for the sake of traveling. Because when you travel full time, it's different from when you take a vacation. When you take a vacation, you're leaving all your responsibilities behind. You get this liberation for a week or so.
Yeah.
You have no responsibilities. But that's not the case for us. Most of you might think we're completely ungrateful for saying this, but once you've seen one beautiful beach, 10 beautiful beaches, it's just another beautiful beach.
And we want to be aware of those thoughts and never take it for granted or be ungrateful for another beautiful beach or something like that. So when our daily routine started to become that, just a daily routine of seeing just yet another beautiful spot, it kind of forced us to stop for a second and check ourselves, make sure we're in the right place, doing the right thing. And I think we also realized that when we're not of service, like volunteering or giving or working, it's not as fulfilling to travel.
a part of the fun that most people have traveling is that you're seeing new things, you're experiencing new cultures, but when your everyday is seeing new things, experiencing new cultures, there's nothing really new about it.
So with all of that, it kind of led us to think that we either need to be of service, like volunteering or working at a school or something like that, that we're conscious of, that we're traveling for the reason, not just to live abroad all of the time.
Because traveling in the way that we have been doing it is hard. It's not easy because, I mean, we have to work at our desk, right? We have to have our office space, we have to do all this stuff, but it's constantly changing, right? Yeah, so traveling just to travel, to see things and all this kind of stuff, we're over it because we've been doing it for so long, going back to the buses, even before the buses. So it's like, I was telling Erica, I was like, look, I'm done traveling unless we're traveling to volunteer. We found a gem of a spot called the Garden House, and I'll link it below, so if you're here with your family, you can come check it out. But definitely a place to come check out. They have an awesome cafe with good coffee and good food, and then a whole entire play area that's fenced in with an inside play area, an outside play area. Shanti's loving it because there's other kids here. Okay, so here is all of our stuff for family 3, packing it into the Tuk Tuk just in case any other families are thinking of renting a Tuk Tuk. So although there's not a ton of space in the Tuk Tuk, there's actually more than what we thought we were gonna be able to fit. And it surprised us, actually. It's not too bad. But I will say this for sure as of right now, if you are any more than a family of 3, this probably would not work out, having a single Tuk Tuk. You know, so for a size reference, you know, I'm a normal size adult. And you can see there's maybe enough room for one more adult. So Erica and Shanti are pretty comfortable back here, but it's still, you know, kind of tight. This is like the size of a big carry-on suitcase, probably the biggest carry-on size you could have. And so we fit this one right over here. And now my big backpack. The trick about this one is that this is like a 65-liter backpack. It's huge. So I actually have to, I normally keep, this is all my clothes right here. Like literally this is it. I usually keep it on the very top, but it actually makes it too tall. So now Erica uses this as lumbar support in the Tuk Tuk. And this goes in sideways here. Gotta cram it in there a little bit. That leaves this last section over here. This is where my backpack goes for easy access, because another thing in the Tuk Tuk is that there's no security, there's no locking the doors or anything. So one of the bummers, one of the things that we've encountered is as we're traveling to our next destination, we're having to be aware of all of our belongings are in the Tuk Tuk, that anybody can reach in here and grab at any time. There are a couple things that you can do to make it a little bit more secure, like put the rain flaps down, so this makes it private back here so nobody can see what's inside, which makes them less likely to just reach in and grab something. But also what we do is when we're on the go and we need to stop at a restaurant, we try to park the Tuk Tuk where we can see it, and also we bring in the backpacks with most of the valuables in it. Another spot that we utilize is this floor space down here, because Shanti's legs don't go all the way down. And then we take Shanti's suitcase, put it right down here, and it's actually even more comfortable for her feet. So now here's kind of with all of our stuff as we're traveling here. You know, we got like a bag of food that we don't want to just toss, and Erica's backpack, so it's definitely kind of tight, and there's no real space up here to store anything either. So it's kind of everything has to go in the back.
For us, it works though.
Yeah, it works. Now, obviously, it could be done where you could put stuff up here, and they do actually have, I believe, some Tuk Tuks with roof racks if you have even more luggage.
We left Unawanatuna, I hope that's how you say it, headed towards Colombo, and you guys, the drive was amazing along the coast.
On this tail end of the trip, coming up from the south coast to get to the airport, we have to drive directly through Colombo in the Tuk Tuk, which is an event, man. Holy moly, this city is crazy driving in, but you know, it is what it is. We're just kind of making it through the city to get back to tuktukrental.com's headquarters to drop it off. Bye-bye, Tuk Tuk. Excuse all the stuff I have in my hand, but man, we're gonna miss this thing. It was so much fun to go around Sri Lanka in a Tuk Tuk. Definitely an amazing experience.
So we just dropped off our Tuk Tuk. Let's do a recap of what the entire experience was like.
Traveling by Tuk Tuk has been an adventure like no other, one filled with unexpected challenges, breathtaking sights, and unforgettable memories.
First, let's talk about the pros of traveling by Tuk Tuk. The freedom it gives you is unmatched. We could stop wherever we wanted, take in the beautiful landscapes, and connect with locals in a way that felt extremely personal and real.
Exactly, it allowed us to go at our own pace and really absorb the culture and scenery. Whether it was the misty mountains of Nuara, the sprawling tea plantations, or the incredible beaches, the Tuk Tuk made the journey as special as the destination.
But one of the most meaningful parts of our journey came because of a friend we met by chance, Chaminda. We actually had no plans of visiting Sri Lanka until we met Chaminda at Boho Social all the way in Doha, Qatar. He shared stories about his home with such a passion that we knew we had to come, and we are so grateful we did.
Chaminda brought a whole new layer to our adventure. He welcomed us into his world, showed us places we would have never found on our own, and made our experience in Sri Lanka truly unforgettable. His warmth and generosity made us feel like family.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Now for the cons. Driving a tuk-tuk for hours on end can be exhausting, especially on those steep, winding roads. And let's not forget the weather. It could switch from beautiful sunny weather to torrential downpour in a heartbeat, which made things a little interesting, but the pros far outweigh the cons.
So, what were our favorite places? For me, it had to be the incredible hikes, standing in front of the massive waterfalls, Sagiri Rock, and feeling so small in these huge natural environments. It was really awe-inspiring.
For me, it was the time spent in the mountains and the small villages. Watching how life unfolds there, meeting the people, and learning about the culture through their everyday scene. It's those moments that make my travel feel truly special.
Would we recommend exploring Sri Lanka by tuk-tuk? Absolutely. It's unique, immersive way to experience this beautiful country, and it leaves you with stories you'll tell for a lifetime.
So if you're considering it, we say go for it. Embrace the unexpected, and don't be afraid to take the scenic route.
On our next episode, we really get down to the base of what we talked about earlier about being of service. So we changed our plans and flew straight to Cambodia to volunteer at a school that really needs our help and yours too.
Thanks for following along on our journey, and as always,
Happy trails!